Well, I wore contacts for approximately 20 years before I had the surgery done. What was more aggravating was to get up every morning to have to put the contacts in just to be able to function. Driving was out of the question, and to go to work from day to day without having contacts or having glasses to work.
Started out not being able to see at a distance, and then as age come upon me, I began to need reading glasses.
I am a father of 4 children, and they're small, and they are very active, and I wanted to be active with them, and glasses got in the way.
It was difficult to see driving at night. It was difficult to see my golf ball when it got far away. It got more and more difficult to see, for example, the scoreboard on the bottom of the television set from far away.
It was just unclear. I couldn't read license plates, you know, whatever like that. I mean, then it got really worse, and I couldn't see like really big signs. So I knew something was wrong.
I loved playing softball, and of course with glasses I perspired a lot and was constantly taking them off and wiping them off and all that. Hunting, I loved to hunt. It had a problem with that. And then I started doing a lot of power washing, which is involved with a lot of high pressure water. And of course that was water constantly on my face. And so I wanted something to get rid of that.
I'm a designer, so it made it difficult to see some of the small numbers I have to read on fabrics, and I love the outdoors. So I had to wear contacts when I went fishing, swimming, anything I did, and so therefore it made it more difficult.
I've always been a very active person as far as sports. I like to swim, run, play tennis, hiking. You name it, I've probably done it over the course of my lifetime as far as outdoor recreation, fishing, hunting, and you know, eyeglasses just were always getting in the way.
Prior to the surgery, it was frustrating. Because I wear a lot of makeup because I do editorial work, and it's constantly contacts in and out. And every time I take it out, I can see how dirty it gets, and then I have to look for the solution. I run out of it, I had to go out to buy it, I had to take it out before the shower. It was just frustrating. I hate it.
There's people that come in that say that they're not seeing well, and then we find out they have cataracts or some other pathology. But for those that are coming in and seeing well, but are not happy with glasses or contact lenses, that's a real important subset. Now they have all sorts of complaints. They may be athletes, so they're out, especially here in South Alabama in the summertime, which is most of the year. They're out there sweating. People that are out in the yard working with their flowers or just out mowing the lawn. They again don't like to have to deal with the sweat and the glasses and constantly pulling them off their brow and wiping their brow, etc. LASIK has come a long way. We now have most of the LASIK that we do is custom. So in fact, over 50% of the patients that I operate on have better vision after laser vision correction without glasses than they had before their surgery with glasses. So it makes a huge improvement in the overall quality of their eyesight. I like to think of it as going from an analog to a digital signal, or from a digital to a high definition digital signal. And that's a big improvement for people. I always very honestly tell patients that nobody beats us on technology. We stay ahead of the curve. We do a lot of the FDA studies here, so as new technology becomes available, we've already been testing it, we've been reporting it, and so the results that we get continue to improve. For instance, we have the ability to do custom LASIK, which is very important. You'll probably see in this video somebody undergoing a wave scan, and that really allows us to look at high order aberrations and correct optical errors that cannot be corrected with glasses or contact lenses. Patients are oftentimes very nervous that they're going to look away during the surgery and will somehow miss the target with the laser, but I always reassure them that with the infrared sensors that we have, we track their pupil with the laser throughout the entire procedure. The surgery itself only takes about 15 to 20 minutes to have both eyes done in a typical setting. So when they come in, we go through some preoperative questions. Most of the things we've already gone over through before, but we do them again at the surgery center. And then we bring them back to the laser suite. The surgery is again about 15 to 20 minutes. Then we bring them out, go through the post-op, and within an hour from the time of their arrival, they're actually discharged to be taken home by somebody. Amazingly, over 99% of our patients drive back the following morning for their follow-up exam.
Through the procedure, Dr. Duffey would walk me through it. He said, okay, I'm doing this, and he's like, you're all done? I'm like, already? It was so quick and it was so easy.
Dr. Duffey talked me through the whole thing. I never felt uncomfortable. I had complete confidence in him.
Walked in, they had the procedure done. I was seen on time, and I was finished on time. Left and went home, performed the post-op like they told me to. The next day I was seeing 20/15 in one eye and 20/20 in the other eye, and have never looked back.
I noticed immediately that after the procedure was done, I had no problem seeing at a distance. It was great. I could see without having to wear glasses, without having to wear contacts, and that was the first time I could do that in probably 30 years.
By that evening, my vision was great. It was awesome.
There are three things that are really important in determining whether or not this is something that you should do. And those three things are the right patient with the right technology and the right surgeon equals the best outcome. And that's what we do here at Premier. We make sure that those three things are as they should be so that all of our patients have the best chance of having great outcomes, and they do.
Since having LASIK, it's really nice to be able to get up with my little boy in the middle of the night and have to not worry about fumbling with glasses and playing with him.
I still do the things that I used to do. They're just easier to do now that I can see better.
For more information or to schedule an appointment with Dr. Duffey, please call Premier Medical Eye Group at 343 Eyes. That's 343 Eyes.
My vision is clear. I can see things I didn't see before. And so LASIK's awesome, and Dr. Duffey's great.
We have seminars every week for patients that are coming in oftentimes thinking they're going to have LASIK surgery. And we find out, for instance, they may have a higher degree of hyperopia, farsightedness that exceeds the limit of what we can fix with the laser. They may have an early cataract already developing at age 55, certainly by age 60. And those patients really are better served with lens replacement surgery rather than laser vision correction. With the technology now, we have the ability to make people far less dependent upon eyeglasses. We have the premium lens implants that not only correct astigmatism, but also will correct a whole range of vision. So we can take a patient with, let's say, an accommodating IOL or a multifocal IOL and give them distance vision, intermediate vision, and up-close vision, all with the same implant simultaneously in both eyes. Astigmatism is very critical in my practice because if you don't correct astigmatism, you will not fully correct someone's eyesight, whether that's done with a laser or that correction is done with a lens replacement procedure. Put it in perspective, 95% of the patients that I do laser vision correction on, we simultaneously correct whatever astigmatism exists at the same time as we correct the nearsightedness or farsightedness. In my cataract patients, almost 50% of the patients that I operate on, we reduce their astigmatism at the time of their cataract surgery as well, with the same concept. We want to make them as least dependent upon eyeglasses as we can after the surgery is completed.
Dr. Duffey asked what I was looking for multifocal lenses, and I said that I had the eyes back that I had when I was in my early 30s. And he pretty much gave it to me. I don't need glasses for reading, for mid vision or far vision.
I was just so excited about waking up and being able to see across the room. You didn't have to reach around for your glasses, hunt something up to put on to read or to see. I just wake up now and can just see.
I don't think of this as just cataract surgery anymore. I'm a refractive cataract surgeon, which simply means that I'm not only removing their cataract, I'm very concerned about what their refractive outcome is, meaning will they or will they not need glasses afterwards. So communication and expectations, meeting expectations of patients are incredibly important. We continue to push the envelope forward and patients respond to that. So you need to know what the patient is trying to achieve before you can give them the result that they deserve. Surgery is typically anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. It's pretty short, but the technology is what allows us to do that. We use very, very small incisions, less than 2 millimeters in size. As a consequence, we don't put any stitches in. We typically do this with a topical anesthetic, meaning just simply numbing drops. Keep the light low enough that it's not really that bothersome to patients. And really, people can be active later that day.
The procedure went very, very good. I come in and sit about 15-20 minutes for them to take me in. And of course, they prep me just like it would be for surgery. But as far as the procedure, is pain, didn't feel no pain, and it seemed like I was out in about 15 minutes.
It was very, very simple. There was no pain, there's no stitches, I fell asleep when I got home and I woke up and I could see.
The procedure is a pain-free procedure and a very quick procedure. Yeah, you do have to go through a waiting period between the first eye and the second eye, which is probably the biggest problem with the whole ordeal, is having to wait because you become impatient after you have the first one done. You see so well with that first one till you just can't wait till that second opportunity.
I could drive the next day, and I have never been able to drive without glasses.
It's as close to bionic as you can get. I can't see through walls, but I can see that gnat on the wall wearing a Speedo.
For more information or to schedule an appointment with Dr. Duffey, please call Premier Medical Eye Group at 343 Eyes.
I would never trust my eyes to anybody but Dr. Duffey.
I love the multifocal lens.
I'm very blessed with the staff that I have, both here in the clinic and over at the surgery center, and they really complement each other very, very well. There's no way that I could do what I do without an extremely competent and caring staff, because they're the ones that are really on the front lines. They greet the patients when they come in. They do a lot of the workup for us in preoperative testing that I rely on for it to be done correctly, and I can tell that from taking a look, refractions that are done, pressure checks, etc. And I'm blessed to have really some of the same staff that I started with here 23 years ago.
As part of the staff, I think we take pride in making sure all patients feel comfortable from the very beginning when they come to a seminar, to the exam, through the surgery, and through their post-op visits, to make sure that they know everything they need to know to make the best decision for them.
The first thing that Dr. Duffey recommended was coming to the seminar. Very, very informative seminar. You don't feel like you're pushing the issue by asking questions, and you get a lot of information, and a lot of knowledge comes from that.
The care was essentially seamless. I mean, the appointment times, the staff was very efficient, they're professional, and cared for me, again, as a person.
They call and check on you after the surgery, make sure you're doing well, and they're available to you anytime.
I researched and came and met with his staff, really liked them, felt very comfortable, then putting my trust in them for my eyesight.
I'm very fortunate. The old saying that love what you do and you won't work a day in your life. If that's the case, I haven't worked a day in my life. I thoroughly enjoy what I do, to be able to take patients that are either even completely blind sometimes from cataract and restore eyesight, or take patients that just desire being far less dependent upon optical aids, glasses, or contact lenses, and achieve that lifestyle from a vision standpoint that they want to achieve. I stand on the shoulder of giants that have been there before me. I really didn't develop most of these techniques. I hope I've improved many of them along the way, and I've certainly taught many of them in mission trips around the world that I've been over the last 23 years. I think I've hit 7 continents, but not only do we teach those doctors, they teach us at the same time. So very blessed to be able to do what I do.
The best part about lens exchange surgery for me is twofold. One is there are no more glasses, and secondly, I'm amazed every day that I can wake up seeing something either far or near. It's just an amazing process.
The best thing about LASIK is being the freedom of not having to use corrective lenses or contacts.
The best thing about LASIK is I don't have to worry about buying solutions, contact, paying for glasses and contacts throughout the year.
The best thing about LASIK for me is the fact that I'm able to do all the activities that I like to do without having to bother with glasses or contacts.
The best thing about the multifocal lens implant is I have to not wear any glasses. No glasses to see far off, none to read. I'm able to read a telephone directory. I'm able to read the smallest print in a newspaper. And again, I can see at distances that I could not see before without glasses.
You can just put your complete trust in the Premier Medical and Dr. Duffey.
Perfect vision. I couldn't be happier.
I did a lot of research on who would do my surgery because it was very important to me for someone to have the experience that I could trust my eyesight to. I talked to different people. Dr. Duffey's name always kept coming up.
As the physician that physicians go to, I came by and talked with him and went to one of his seminars and decided that indeed it was.
Trust the doctor the doctors trust. Please call Dr. Duffey at Premier Medical Eye Group, 343 Eyes.